but I thought it might be okay for you guys just to see me go through my process in real time. I'll do a little bit of narration, but whatever I'm doing. So I'm taking the second bit of audio that I've done with Nick, where we're talking about school and digital access.
My wife is a school teacher,
and talks about his wife's a school teacher, and how many people
delaying the rollout of this to get anybody
getting digital access.
I think that's the direction they're heading. Oh yeah, for sure.
And so, first part here, he talks about his wife teaching third grade and there being lack of access to digital. Then we're talking about people that use mobile devices, phones, or hotspots to use the internet versus just a wired connection, which is going to be far easier.
Early,
and then we talk about his daughter, who is in upper elementary, well, I guess upper middle school, about to go into high school, really, and talk about the way she's adjusting to this and how she's doing her schoolwork online. So I'm just going to kind of real time it here and kind of go from there. So here's my intro. I don't know why nobody's seeing this but me. I don't know why I'm correcting it, but whatever. Let's see. Two. Maybe you can hear the phone on my Mac just going crazy. I mean the fan on my Mac going crazy. I'm uploading a video to YouTube right now. Let's see. Rather the title of the new album from The Strokes. Y'all getting this to the new abnormal. Part of that, me and you, is education. So, seeable. Oh, come on. I thought that's what I had. Local schools. But there was a problem. Everyone has internet, has internet access. distance learning. Another Q1. My biggest fear is for students. So people not having time and infrastructure. Alright. To get into the Q2. Yeah. So we're talking about Addison. Prime 2. This is primary distance learning and use come on. My spelling sucks. Thank goodness for most people. All right. So for her to not have access to school could potentially have her in a big deficit. in high school. Q3. All right, so there's my script. Okay. That's Q1 here. Insert marker here. Q marker. Click rename marker 1. Oh, marker. 2. You see what I did there? Well, you didn't. I actually used the shortcuts rather than doing that. The shortcut is Control capital M. So you go up here and you go Edit marker, add Q marker N. So Control capital M, and this is marker 3. I'm gonna name that 3. All right. So now I'm going to use my phone. Let me go grab my phone and record my part of the script, import this audio, and edit it and put all this thing together. So first, let me get to open, and I just downloaded it. So let me go to my downloads, new recording, M4A. There we go. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is what? I want to save this as a wave. So let me change this here, 16-bit, 44.1. All right. And where do I want to save it? I want to save it in my, not screen recordings, in my Audition folders. Let me open that. Let me create a, let's see. This will be a new folder. This one's going to be called Internet Distance Learning. All right. All right. So I'm going to save it as, not new recording wave, but my audio for distance learning. All right. Boom. All right, save. All right, so a lot of people now, I've talked to you guys about audio before. Now with my phone, I can't really control whether I'm recording at 6 or 12 or whatever. So here's what I'm talking about. When I say 6, -6, and 12. You want your audio, -12, -6, to be somewhere in this area. So I'm going to kind of take my peaks here and pull them down to somewhere between 6 and 4, and I've got the majority of it here at 12. So when I take the track and put a hard limiter on it, which I'm going to do right now, right, -10, 0. My look ahead, it doesn't really matter, 700%. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't matter for this. And I'm going to apply it. So that's going to give me some good level. See, I got decent levels here, and it's not going to go overload. Being able to actually learn because they can't access. My biggest fear really is the students that receive free or reduced meals from their schools. All right, so. School digital access, there's Nick, there's me, and I'm going to go ahead and insert this into multi-track, new multi-track session, digital learning. package. All right. Browse. Here we're going to put that. Not the Nick Tech wrap. Call with Nick. Let me go up here. Go to my edition folder. Oh, come on now. I just set that up, didn't I? Well, I thought I did. I'll call with Nick. Let me see here. Okay, I'll do this again. Create. Okay. All right. There's me. And then here's my split. Let me get back here and take out my audio that I'm not going to use or whatnot. Put my silences in between there everywhere. So for her not to have internet access, her lessons could potentially give her a large deficit when she eventually gets to high school. Tomorrow, all right, so there's that. I'm going to list these a little bit. I think there's one of these I messed up and I'm going to have to edit out. So, big deficit. Yeah, there we go. Nick's daughter, Addison, is also prime age to experience this. So for her not to... So for her... I guess I edit this out here. I was clumsy with my words. Okay. All right, so let me go back out all the way here. Okay. Look at my multi-track. Here's me. Go ahead and split this. Split. 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 Take this is Nick. So I'm going to insert him into this multi-track. Oh, where is he? I thought it was anyway. Well, do the old drag and drop. So here, split. Split. Let's get rid of the silence there. Split. Split. There's the silence. And that's it for him. All right, so move that out. Back. Move forward with your students and distant learning.
We do have
Distant learning.
we do have a fairly few,
Oh, what is all this back here?
using the Google for Education system in Google Classrooms to start doing some virtual training. And Mobile County Schools already offers rooms throughout Mobile County.
Oh, that's where you went. So let me delete that. Here. Move this. Oh, come on here. All right. This. And move this. All right. see what I got here.
And a device to be able to access the virtual classroom through Google Classroom.
In addition to students,
I'll take this back a little bit, just for kicks.
Through Google Classroom.
In addition to students not being able to actually learn because they can't access, my biggest fear really is that students that receive free or reduced meals from their schools will not have access to food. For some people, access to the internet with a phone anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that's the direction they're heading. Is I think they're acquiring wireless hotspots through a Verizon or an AT&T or maybe a local wireless company. But I think that's the route they might be heading, is because of the ease of deployment of those, you just could literally drop it off at the house and all they got to do is plug it in. And if they don't have...
See, now I added that. Actually, I undo that clip again because I don't want that.
Worry about it, just work. So it just work. So
Nick's daughter, Addison, is also prime age to experience this as a child. She is currently distance learning and also is in accelerated classes. So for her not to have internet access, her lessons could potentially give her a large deficit when she eventually gets to high school.
All right, snug these up some.
Deficit when she eventually gets to high school.
Well, right now it's early. She is, and I think most kids are treating it like a vacation right now. So we're getting the end of, starting next week, we will actually be kind of buckling down on her and making her treat the days like...
I gotta stop. All right, there we go. Snug this up.
Doing the right thing for
What's up there?
studies.
A little bit more.
Studies.
Tomorrow I'm going to give you an...
All right, so let me zoom back out. Get it all in here. Okay, now that I got everything split in Word, I'm going to listen to it and make sure that it's what I want it to be.
Hello out there, everybody. This is me, Willie Green, for Southern Miss Today News. To borrow the title of the New Strokes album, we are all getting used to the new abnormal as a result of COVID-19, coronavirus, Rona, whatever you want to call it. Part of that new normal for me and many of you as well is education. USM will be online only for the foreseeable future. I'm sure plenty of local schools will try to get online too. But there lies a problem. Not everyone has internet access. Nick and I talked, just like we did in the last wrap, but in this one I'm going to focus a little bit more on internet access. Now, internet access, of course, is crucial for students and teachers, and we both believe that municipalities should set up and build digital networks for citizens to use. Nick's wife is a school teacher in Alabama, Mobile, Alabama public schools, and I asked him a bit about how she plans to move forward with her students and distant learning.
We do have a fairly few, poor and underprivileged kids that might not or don't have internet access. So Donna, my wife, is a school teacher, and of course she teaches third grade, and schools here in Mobile have, shut down, obviously, and sent all the kids home. And she has set up a Google Classroom because they use Google for Education in the school system here for the kids that can or will have access starting, I want to say they're planning around the 1st of April or so to launch Google Classrooms throughout Mobile County. And so if the schools are still out then, which we assume they probably will be, but then they will start using the Google for Education system in Google Classrooms to start doing some virtual training. And Mobile County Schools already offers free internet access to students in the schools. They just have to ramp up getting out. I think it's wireless based, so they'll have to ramp up getting out. That's why they're delaying the rollout of this, to get anybody that doesn't have internet access, get them access and a device to be able to access the virtual classroom through Google Classroom.
In addition to students not being able to actually learn because they can't access, my biggest fear really is that students that receive free or reduced meals from their schools will not have access to food. For some children, that might be the only source of food. That's really going to significantly impact the health and well-being of the most vulnerable of Mississippians, of course, the children. In addition, with so many people not having internet access, the time and infrastructure needed to get internet access is going to be prohibitive for some. The solution that Nick and I see both is a digital hotspot or using your phone as a hotspot. Statistically, most people access the internet with a phone anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that's the direction they're heading. Is I think they're acquiring wireless hotspots through a Verizon or an AT&T or maybe a local wireless company. But I think that's the route they might be heading, is because of the ease of deployment of those, you just could literally drop it off at the house and all they got to do is plug it in. And if they don't have cable, they don't have to worry about it. It just works. So
Nick's daughter, Addison, is also prime age to experience this as a child. She is currently distance learning and also is in accelerated classes. So for her not to have internet access, her lessons could potentially give her a large deficit when she eventually gets to high school.
Well, right now it's early. She is, and I think most kids are treating it like a vacation right now. So we're getting the end of starting next week. We will actually be kind of buckling down on her and making her treat the days like she needs to, actually formally, sit down and have some structure and continue her learning. Because what Donna brought up today, actually, even for like Addison, she's actually taking, she goes to a magnet school, she's taking high school level courses. And if she misses that course, she can actually be behind next year when she gets to high school. She may not be able to take the courses she wanted because she actually wants to finish high school early. She may not be able to do that. Same thing for seniors. The seniors are in a real bind right now because of testing and ACT and SATs and college prep type work. It could really hurt anybody going into high school next year, which she will be. Who is taking some high school level courses already are a little bit behind. Are going to be behind the curve. So that's why we're going to kind of buckle down and starting next week, make sure she's keeping up to speed and doing the right thing for studies.
Tomorrow I'm going to give you an inside look at Donna, Nick, and Addison's personal lives and how we have interacted with their extended family so far. For Southern Miss Today, I'm Mean Willie Green. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Bye-bye.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Now, once again, if you can't send me the SysX package because that's not going to do anything. So you need to go into your multi-track, bounce a new track. Mix down session file, entire session. There we go. And there it is. So let me save this. Save as. No, that's not where I was. Oh, that's what happened there. I think we have to the desktop. Distance learning. Get in there. Is that right? No, come on. Addition folder, distance learning. There we go. All right. Distance learning make us down. Yeah, that'll be fine. $44,116. Okay. All right. Now there's my audio.
Hello out there.
All right. So that's that. I'll upload this video to YouTube and I'll send the audio to you with the script and you guys can check it out. Thanks for continuing to hobble along with me. Thanks.